What if I told you that the most powerful force in the universe is not out there among the stars, but within you, waiting to be discovered, shaped, and awakened? There is an ancient secret, whispered in temples, hidden in scrolls, and passed down through mystery schools, that speaks of a limitless inner energy flowing through every human being. A force older than time, untouched by the noise of the modern world. It has been called many names: chi, prana, ruach, sekhem, and the vital flame. It is not your thoughts, yet it listens to them. It is not your body, yet it animates every cell. It is not your spirit, but it is the bridge between spirit and matter. Most people live their entire lives disconnected from this power, unaware that they carry within them the very essence of the cosmos, the creative current that births stars, moves tides, and breathes life into all things. But for those who learn to awaken it, to direct it with clarity and purpose, reality itself begins to respond. This is not fiction. It is not superstition. It is a practical path, grounded in thousands of years of spiritual science, taught by sages, mystics, magicians, and healers across cultures and centuries. It is a sacred technology of consciousness. In this video, you will be guided through the first steps of energy awakening and control, a process both mystical and deeply personal. We will uncover the forgotten teachings of Hermeticism, the precision of Qigong, the wisdom of Franz Barden, and the subtle arts of intention and vibration. You'll not only understand what this inner energy is, but learn how to feel it, work with it, and direct it to transform your body, your mind, and your very destiny. So if you've ever felt that quiet pull towards something greater, that sense that there's more to life than meets the eye, you're in the right place. The path begins now. Are you ready to unlock the power within? To truly grasp the nature of inner energy, we must first travel backwards, not just through centuries, but through consciousness itself. Because this knowledge was never modern, it was primordial, known to those who walked the earth long before recorded time. In the temples of Kemet, what we now call ancient Egypt, priests of the mystery schools spoke of an invisible life force known as Sekhem, the divine current of life that animated all things. They believed it could be channeled, harnessed, and directed through sacred rituals, symbols, and focused will. This wasn't religion. It was spiritual science, practiced by initiates who understood the link between cosmic law and the human soul. Meanwhile, across the sands of time, in the mountains of China, Taoist sages explored a similar truth. They called it Qi, the breath of the universe, the subtle energy that moves through everything. They developed practices like Qigong and Tai Chi, designed not merely for health or longevity, but for energetic mastery. Qi wasn't just inside the body, it flowed through the earth, the sky, and the stars, and by aligning with it, one could become one with the Tao, the way. In India, the rishis and yogis mapped out a detailed energetic anatomy thousands of years ago. They called this force prana, and taught that it moves through nadis, subtle channels of energy, and gathers in chakras, vortexes of spiritual power. Through pranayama, breath was used as a tool to awaken and circulate this energy, not just for healing, but for liberation, moksha. In the West, the ancient Hermeticists of Alexandria taught that all energy is one and that the microcosm, man, reflects the macrocosm, the universe. Their teachings, hidden in cryptic texts and veiled in alchemical metaphor, preserve the truth that the mind, body, and spirit are all expressions of the same universal energy. Hermes Trismegistus wrote, "That which is below it, which is above, to accomplish the miracles of the one thing." Fast forward to the 20th century, and we find Franz Barden, one of the few who dared to bring these teachings into modern light. In Initiation into Hermetics, he taught that energy, what he called the vital force, can be consciously cultivated, shaped, and directed through mental discipline, breath control, and spiritual will. He warned that without control over one's own mind, the flow of energy becomes chaotic, a leaf tossed in the storm of life. Even Aleister Crowley, often misunderstood, echoed this truth in his writings. Magic is the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with will. And what is will, if not energy focused through consciousness? But here's the mystery. Why was this knowledge hidden? Why buried beneath symbols, encoded in rituals, or discredited by the modern world? Because true power has always been feared. The ability to awaken your inner energy, to shape reality from the inside out, has been the domain of mystics, rebels, and visionaries. Systems of control throughout history have preferred a population asleep, disconnected from their innate force. But times are changing. Across the globe, people are waking up. The veil is thinning. The teachings are re-emerging, not in temples, but through whispers, books, and digital fires like this one. This isn't just ancient history, it is living truth, calling you back to yourself. If energy is the subtle thread that weaves together body, mind, and spirit, then learning to work with it is not just a mystical pursuit, it is the art of conscious living. But before one can command energy, one must first feel it, subtly, honestly, without forcing. This is where many seekers falter. They search for fireworks, for signs and wonders. But energy, in its purest form, speaks in whispers, not shouts. It reveals itself through stillness, not noise. The first realization is this: energy is awareness in motion. It flows where your attention goes. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, every breath you take, either guides this energy or scatters it. This is why disciplines across the world begin with self-awareness. The seat of power is not in some hidden temple. It is in the present moment, in your breath, your body, and your inner silence. Let's begin with vital energy, often described in modern language as life force. In esoteric circles, it is more than biology. It is the invisible animating principle that sustains your heartbeat, your thoughts, your ability to dream, to love, to create. When your energy is flowing well, you feel alive, inspired, and in harmony. When it is blocked or depleted, you feel anxious, tired, disconnected. But this energy does not just exist within you, it responds to you. The Hermeticists taught that the universe is mental in nature, that everything begins with thought. Your thoughts are not private echoes, they are vibrational commands. And your emotions, they are energy in motion, shaping your inner world and, by extension, your outer one. In Initiation into Hermetics, Barden explains that energy follows the structure of the mind like a river follows its banks. Without a focused, clean, and calm mind, the river floods, chaotic, untamed. But with discipline and clarity, it becomes a channel of transformation. This is why ancient practitioners place so much emphasis on the threefold nature of human existence. The body, the vessel, the receiver of energy. The mind, the architect, shaping the energy with intention. The spirit, the source, infinite and indivisible. Each must be aligned for energy to awaken fully. You cannot expect your energy to rise if your body is neglected, your mind is chaotic, or your spirit is ignored. Alignment is the first act of mastery. In Chinese thought, this alignment is found in the balance of yin and yang. Qi, the vital force, is not static. It is dynamic, pulsing between polarities, masculine and feminine, active and passive, movement and stillness. Health depends on harmony between these forces, and so does power. When your yin and yang are in balance, your energy becomes coherent, like a symphony with every instrument playing in tune. But when they are out of harmony, it feels like static, scattered thoughts, emotional imbalance, and physical fatigue. Let's talk meridians, not as abstract channels, but as the energetic highways of your being. These subtle pathways are more than theory. In practice, they hold the memory of your emotions, the weight of your trauma, and the potential for your awakening. When energy flows through them unimpeded, it nourishes not only your organs, but also your consciousness. In Taoist systems, they say, where Chai flows, disease cannot dwell. Where Chai stagnates, suffering begins. But here's a powerful truth. Your energy doesn't just want to move, it wants to evolve. It wants to rise, to expand, to fulfill its sacred potential. And when you begin to direct this flow not through force, but through awareness, you tap into something primordial. Think of it like this. You are a conductor standing before a great symphony. The instruments are your breath, your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit. The music is your reality. Most people let their instruments play at random, out of tune, reactive, and unconscious. But when you learn to conduct this inner symphony, the world begins to respond in harmony. This is not a metaphor, it is initiation. And now that you've begun to see the architecture of energy, we can begin to explore the mechanics of control. How to intentionally move this energy, how to overcome resistance, and how to step into your role as a conscious creator. Now that we understand energy as the living current behind thought, breath, and spirit, we move into the deeper layers, the subtle mechanisms of how energy is not just felt or channeled, but transformed. This is where energy work evolves into alchemy, the sacred art of transmutation, not of metals, but of the self. Many ancient texts hint at this hidden process. The Emerald Tablet, attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, speaks of the wind that carries it in its belly. This wind, this invisible force, the vital breath, the bridge between the seen and unseen. It is through the breath that we don't just live, but interface with the field of creation. Let's be clear. It isn't just oxygen intake. What the mystics referred to was prana, a subtler form of energy that rides on breath like a rider on horseback. Breath is the vehicle, but prana is the power. And every breath you take, consciously or unconsciously, is either building your energetic field or depleting it. Now consider this. Every breath is an intention made physical. When you inhale with awareness, you are drawing in not just air, but life. And when you exhale with clarity, you are releasing not just carbon, but weight, emotional, mental, and energetic. This is the foundational truth behind pranayama, qigong, and countless breath-based traditions. And it's why nearly every mystical system begins with stillness, breath, and focus. Not to escape the world, but to command it from within. But here lies the paradox. Energy cannot be controlled through force, only through presence. This is why the ego, with all its cravings and fears, cannot touch the deeper layers of energy. It wants to use energy, bend it, and possess it. But true control comes through surrender to alignment, to the Tao, to the divine will, to the natural rhythm of your own being. In Qigong, this is called Wu Wei, effortless action. The idea that mastery comes not through tension but through harmony. You don't push the river, you learn to flow with it, guiding it not by resistance but by clarity of direction. And this brings us to one of the most misunderstood aspects of energy work: intention. Intention is not just a mental wish or a surface-level affirmation. In energetic terms, intention is structure. It gives shape to the formless. It is the blueprint that instructs energy how to move, where to go, and what to become. When you speak from the heart, not from ego or fear, you are transmitting intention on a frequency that the universe recognizes. Your thoughts alone are not enough. It is the emotional charge, the clarity of vision, and the depth of sincerity that make intention a creative force. Ancient magicians knew this. That's why rituals were not mere theatrics. They were energetic blueprints, aligning emotion, mind, voice, and will into a cohesive wave of influence. Symbols were used not just for meaning, but because they anchored intention across the seen and unseen worlds. And when you combine this clear intention with concentration, you unlock what Crowley called the laser of will. Most people live with diffused awareness. Their minds scatter across tasks, worries, distractions. But the magician, the adept, the awakened being, gathers energy inward, holding attention like a still flame in the wind. This is concentration, the single most vital skill in energy mastery. Without it, your energy disperses. With it, your energy builds power. This is not about obsession or strain. It's about stillness with focus. It's why meditation is not optional. It is training for the inner command center. In yogic practice, this is known as dharana, the unbroken stream of awareness directed at a single point. Whether it is the breath, a mantra, a vision, or even a sensation, dharana sharpens the mind into a lens capable of focusing energy into creation. And finally, we must speak of resonance. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are in harmony with. Your internal energy field acts like a tuning fork, vibrating at a frequency defined by your beliefs, emotions, and consciousness. If your intention is clarity, but your field is riddled with fear or doubt, your energy sends mixed signals, and the universe responds in kind. True control of energy is, therefore, not control at all, but a deep attunement to the inner world. A refinement of vibration, a purification of motive, a remembering of who you really are beneath the noise. In the next section, we will take this understanding from the mystical to the practical. Because energy is not meant to be worshipped, it is meant to be used. Rituals, breathing, focus, stillness. These are the tools of the inner architect. And with them, you will begin to shape reality, not from the outside in, but from the inside out. Knowledge is the flame, but practice is the spark that sets it alight. All the wisdom of the ancients, the scrolls, the sutras, the whispered mantras, means little unless it becomes embodied. And the path to mastering your inner energy is not carved in grand gestures or hidden temples. It begins with the smallest acts, done with intention and awareness. Let us begin where all energy begins, with the body. 1. Body scanning, the gateway to energy awareness. Find a quiet space, sit or lie down, close your eyes, let the world dissolve. Now, gently bring your awareness to your feet. Feel them, not think about them, feel. Sense the temperature, the tension, the subtle aliveness. Slowly move your attention upward, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, one region at a time. Scan your entire body like a soft beam of light, illuminating each part. As you do, imagine energy awakening with your focus. Like sparks flickering in the darkness, your attention brings conscious life to every cell. Practice this for 5 to 10 minutes daily. This is not just relaxation. You are training your mind to merge with sensation, to track the flow of life within you. It's the first step to perceiving energy not as an idea, but as living reality. 2. Conscious breathing, directing the flow. Now that awareness is present, we move to breath, the conductor of energy. Sit comfortably, with one hand on your belly, the other on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose, letting your belly rise as the breath fills you. Keep the chest still. Then exhale gently through the mouth, allowing the belly to fall. This is abdominal breathing, used in Qigong, pranayama, and many mystical systems. It anchors energy in the lower dantian, a powerful storage center just below your navel. With each inhale, visualize light entering your body. With each exhale, imagine releasing tension, darkness, stagnation. Complete 10 full cycles of this, twice a day. This simple act begins to harmonize your nervous system, awaken energy centers, and balance your field. Breath is no longer passive, it becomes an act of power. 3. Energy in the palms. Feeling the force. Let's awaken the energy in your hands, the most sensitive conduits of subtle force. Sit straight, shoulders relaxed. Raise your hands to chest level, palms facing each other about a foot apart. Breathe deeply. Inhale fully. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly. Repeat. Now imagine a glow between your palms. Feel warmth, tingling, or magnetic pull. Slowly move your hands inward and outward like compressing an invisible ball. You are beginning to manipulate the energy field between your hands. Do this for 5 minutes daily. Soon you will feel the current, not as imagination, but as direct sensation. 4. Nadi Shodhana, balancing the subtle channels. This ancient pranayama technique balances the left and right energetic currents called Ida and Pingala, restoring harmony between logic and intuition, effort and ease. Here's how. Sit with your spine straight. Use your right thumb to close the right nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril with your ring finger, release the right, and exhale through the right. Inhale through the right, close it, exhale through the left. That's 1 cycle. Do 5 to 10 cycles slowly, with full calm breaths. This practice clears energetic blockages, centers the mind, and prepares you for deep spiritual work. Integration. These are not just techniques, they are portals. With consistency, they will tune your body into an instrument of perception and will. You will begin to notice shifts, a heightened sensitivity to emotion, presence, and others, a growing sense of calm and clarity, a subtle but unmistakable feeling that life is responding to your inner state. Remember, you don't need to master everything overnight. Start with one practice. Do it with presence. Let energy become your ally, your mirror, your medium of creation. If this journey into the unknown resonated with you, please share this message. Also, please like and subscribe for more explorations into ancient wisdom, esoteric truths, and the forgotten maps of the soul. We are always interested and read all your wonderful comments. Go ahead and type what you think about what you listened to today. Together, let's keep walking the path of self-knowledge, one mystery at a time. Thank you for your time in watching this video. Until we meet next time,